Hey, what's up guys, it's Mootchi here, and today I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with what I'm going to be talking about because usually when I bring it up, it comes back and I don't really want that to happen again. So from what I can remember, one of the first paranormal experiences that I have had was with my mom's doll. She has a porcelain doll. She still has it. It's somewhere in the closet. Not in here because I don't want that in here. I was really young. I was maybe 6, 7, or 8 the most, but we used to live in this house. It was like, I kind of want to wait for that noise to go away, but that's gonna be a really long time, and it's gonna get dark before I can actually film. So you're just gonna ignore that noise, okay? We used to live in this, I want to say, dark oak house. We used to call it the chocolate factory house. At the time, I was sharing a room with my twin sister. We slept with the nightlight, so as we would fall asleep, we would still be able to see the stuff that's in our room. So there was this one night when I was having trouble falling asleep, but my sister, I don't know how she does it, she goes to sleep in like 5 minutes. My mom had the doll placed on the nightstand on my side of the bed, so if I were to face opposite of my sister, then I would see the doll face to face. Oh, I forgot to mention, we had this little princess mirror, the one like you press a button and then it goes like bling 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 like that. Yeah, we had one of those, but we had it in the closet. And this one time that I could not fall asleep, I was facing my sister, and behind, okay, so if I'm facing my sister, I could see the closet door, but it was closed. The first thing that I heard in the closet that made me kind of like curious was I heard a noise as if someone was looking through the toys that we had in the closet. But my first thought was that we had a mouse in the closet. And so I didn't really think anything of it. But then, all of a sudden, my little princess mirror wanted to go bling, 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 bling. And I froze. I didn't know what to do because, like, I was like, okay. The only way that would turn on is if you press the button. If you physically press the button. And I didn't do it. My sister's asleep. So who the heck did it? So I turned to face the other way, opposite from my sister, and the freaking doll was not on the nightstand. I was kind of scared. I didn't know what to do. I don't really remember much after that because I was really young. But I remember the next day I had tried to tell my mom about it, but my tia Brenda, she had came over, and as I was telling my mom what had happened the night before, my tia got mad at me and she said, you can't be telling your cousins these stuff because it'll scare them and it'll come back to you. And I was like, what? Like, it actually happened. I don't know, like why would I make this up? Like, I'm not evil. And so that was the first paranormal experience that I can remember, but I mean, it's nothing too bad. It was probably more than likely my imagination, but you never know. So I'm just gonna fast forward. We moved a couple houses. We moved into this 2-story house. I think that was the time when my mom was told that she had a guardian angel. And my mom, she is super into all this paranormal stuff. She played with the Ouija board. She tried summoning Bloody Mary, to which she claimed that she saw her, which is why she doesn't want any of us trying to do any of that stuff. I don't really know too much on how she was told she got the guardian angel, so I'm just gonna wing it. And if she watches this, you can correct me later and I'll put in the description. She had told me one time that she was either awake at the time or she had just woken up, either or. But from where her bed is, she can see the staircase that leads to our rooms. But I'm trying to film a video. I'm sorry guys if the noise bugs you. I'll try to speak up louder. She had claimed to have seen a little girl sitting at the top of the stairs. Sitting or standing? You know what? I should have told my mom like to like refresh my memory about this because she's gonna get mad at me if anything that I say is incorrect. So, but again, I'm just gonna wing it. So she's seeing this little girl on the top of the stairs, and so she called all of our names. She had said, "Jennifer, is that you?" No response. "Angie, is that you?" No response. "Mo, is that you?" No response. So she had assumed that we wanted to go get a glass of water, but we were too scared to go downstairs. So she got out of bed and she started walking up the stairs, and she claimed that this figure walked into my room. And so she followed the figure, she walked into my room, and I was asleep, passed out, probably drooling. So yeah, the next day she went somewhere. They told her, oh, you have a guardian angel. And from then on, she would start leaving toys for this guardian angel in the kitchen. I don't want to see no bouncing ball moving in the kitchen when I want to go get some water. And there's a reason why I'm saying this, because it leads on to my stuff later when we move houses. A couple months later, we had to move. That was when we got this little boy. He was a very, very playful cat, which I wish he still was, but he's getting old, so all he does is sleep. My cat would always play in the middle of the night. He would always run around the apartment, and my mom would always say, oh, he's just playing with the guardian angel. What? And so in my head, I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine, you know, as long as I don't hear this guardian angel. Why did I say that? That wasn't necessary, because a couple weeks later, my family, we all wanted to have this movie night, and we watched this movie about turtles. I don't know why. It was like a documentary about sea turtles. The movie had ended, and we were going to fall asleep in this one room. We were all together. Except for my mom. I think my mom fell asleep in her room. So in my room, in which I shared with my two sisters, everyone, you know, they were all passed out, fast asleep. And then there's me again, little Miss Insomnia child. My head is facing opposite from the door. So it's kind of like how I am now. I'm right here and the door is that way. I'm like this. I was like trying to fall asleep. And I hear my cat running down the hallway. And I hear footsteps following him down the hallway. I hear, I'm like, I didn't want to believe it at first. Cause I told myself like, okay, it's a cat, you know, but it's like someone's like running down the hallway. And as soon as those footsteps got closer to my room, I started like I'm like, okay, go to sleep. Like I didn't want to hear it, and I didn't want to believe it either. And so the next day I told my mom about it, or at least I think I told my mom about it. Now that I think about it, most of the paranormal stuff that happened in that apartment was my dad's fault, because my dad would always try to make these like ghost adventure videos with this camcorder that we have. I still have it. I think I might show you guys some old videos later on though. So my dad got us stuck into their heads about summoning that stuff, and I didn't like it. But my stepbrother, so evil, cause the next day we wanted to play hide and seek. You're never too old to play hide and seek before you try to say something in the comments, okay? So my stepbrother was going to be the seeker, and all my sisters were going to be the hiders. And so he started counting. I ran into my room, ran into the closet. My little sister Jennifer followed me, and so we both hid in the closet. She hid behind the box of toys that we had in the closet, and I hid under the clothes rack. We have the actual like rack thing, you know, the closet, how it has like the thing. Yeah, we had that, but then we also had like a bottom rack that for like pants and stuff. I tried to fit myself underneath, and so I moved like the pants in front of me, and so I was stuck in between the pants and this long mirror that we had. It was like a door mirror, and it was about the same length as I was at the time. I grew, okay? We had the closet light off, so if we were to walk in, he wouldn't be able to see us. He starts counting. He finds my other sisters in the hallway closet. He comes into the room, and he can't find me or Jennifer. And so this little prick, I could hear him through the closet door. He says, if you guys don't come out in 3 seconds, then I'm gonna call Bloody Mary. And I was like, I'm not gonna lose because of that, you know? Like, I'm a very competitive person. I want to win. I covered my ears, but my sister Jennifer was like, peace out, and she got up to go leave, and I told her, don't tell him that I'm in here. She said, okay, I won't. So she walked out and closed the door behind her, and I'm still like this, kind of hoping that he was joking that he wasn't gonna say it. And so he comes down, he's like, 1, 2, 3, and then he starts chanting her name. I had my hands covering my ears, and I was like going la 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 la. And okay, every time I think about this, I kind of like, okay, from this side where the mirror was at, there is this faint sound of a woman screaming. I started shaking immediately. I started calling out for my stepbrother. I was like, Junior, Junior, Junior. And nothing. Like, I was screaming his name. No one came for me. Everyone that was in that room did not come for me. I rolled out from under that rack and I ran outside the closet and I sat on the bed and I was shaking. I didn't know, like, my reaction at the time. I couldn't talk. I couldn't move. I was just like I was scared. So I was laying in bed, and as I was falling asleep, I was telling myself, like, please let that have been my imagination. Please don't let this be real. Don't let her come for me. And then I passed out. And this is like the weird part, because I had woken up, but I hadn't woken up. I opened my eyes, and it's as if I'm still in bed, but in front of me, I see like this glowing light, and I see this glowy figure, and the figure walks closer to me, and it's Jesus. And I'm just looking. Like, I'm not saying a word. He's not saying a word. He's just staring at me. And I feel as if I'm at peace. And then I wake up. But the weirder part is when I wake up, I'm in that same position that I was in that dream. Okay? Let's say that this Bloody Mary situation is real. Like, he protected me. Nothing else has happened to me ever since that dream. Things went back to normal. Everything was fine. We ended up moving out of that apartment and we moved into this smaller white house. Sometimes I would stay up in the living room and I would watch Supernatural on Netflix. And then I would eventually pass out. There was multiple times when I would wake up in the living room. I would wake up on the couch, and from where I would usually knock out, I can see the doorway to the kitchen. So I could see a little bit of the kitchen, but not everything. And in the kitchen, my mom had put like a little nightlight, I guess, in case we would get up in the middle of the night to get some water. We wouldn't have to turn on the entire light. We would just have that little light source right there. And this happened multiple times, but I don't think I really told anybody because I didn't really think it was a big deal. But I would always see like a shadow walking from one end of the kitchen to the laundry room, and most of the time I would think that it was just my cat. Like, he would like walk past the nightlight and creating this shadow, but the shadow looked too thin to be him, because if you walk past something then it's gonna look thicker. Yeah, okay. Again, you know, I'm lying awake in my bed trying to fall asleep, but this time I had my cat with me. I'm laying, let's say, like right here, and my cat's right here, and I'm facing this way, facing him, and he's just staring at me. Like, he's just like, I could feel him staring into my soul. So every time I'm trying to fall asleep, I feel him staring into me, and so it wakes me up. Eventually, like, I got tired of it, and so I faced the other way. I kid you not, like 2 minutes later, I hear this person whisper at me, and they say, "This isn't real." I didn't really have like a proper reaction. I just froze. It sounded like someone really whispered into my ear. Unlike the other time with the mirror situation, that one was from a distance, but this one was like really like if you have someone in the room right now, they walk up to you, whisper into your ear. That's what I heard. And so I just sat there like, wow, that's a conspiracy. A couple years later, we moved out of that house and we moved to this other 2-story house. Again, everything was fine. I had nothing paranormal happen until the day that my little cousin Amory, her and her family came to our house. Like, they found it comforting. They wanted to always be around. Amory had knocked on my door, and she opened it, and she walked in, and she wanted to go upstairs to play in the dollhouse in my sister's room. I wasn't really having a good day that day, so I was being kind of rude to her, and I told her, like, go to Angie, go to Angie, I'm not gonna do it. And she just like, she closed the door and she left. And like not even a minute later, I hear her crying, like she's screaming, crying. And so I walk out the door and I see my sister at the top of the stairs and Amory at the bottom of the stairs. I tell my sister, why is she crying? My sister Angela's like, well, I don't know. And so I take Amory. I was like, do you want to go with your mom? She tells me yeah. And so I walk with her outside. And then her mom tells her, why are you crying? What happened? And Amory, okay, the first time when she said this gave me chills. She said, the lady won't let me up the stairs. And her mom says, who, Angie? And Amory goes, no, the lady in black. I'm like, and so her mom starts joking around and she says stuff like, oh, well, I'm gonna go in that and I'm gonna kick her butt. And then Amory goes, like, her face gets serious. She goes, no, mommy, the lady's evil. And I'm like, First of all, I'm so glad that my bedroom is downstairs and not upstairs. A couple months later, we move out of that house and we moved to this apartment. And at first, I was dealing with stuff like that door opening by itself. Every single time this door would open, my cat would walk in. Like the first time, I was like, okay, maybe I never closed the door right. Maybe he just like pushes it, because he does that sometimes. If I have my door slightly open, he'll use his paws, he'll stand up and he'll like push the door so he can walk in. But this one time I was sitting on my bed and my sister was sitting on her bed and we were both on our phones, and I hear the doorknob, like I hear it twist and it opens and I don't see my cat. I kind of like lean a little bit off the bed like to see, and then like maybe 3 seconds later he comes walking in. I'm like, oh, okay. But then I'm like, wait, how did he twist it? So I get up and I go to my mom's room where my sister is at, and I ask her, I was like, did you open the door for Poppy? She's like, no. And I kind of didn't believe her at first, because like, okay, she's just trying to scare me. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I was laying in bed trying to fall asleep. My sister, I don't know how she does it, she goes to sleep hecka fast. So I'm laying in bed in the dark. We keep our backpacks in the closet, but we don't hang them up, okay? We keep them, we just throw them in the floor, you know? We just throw them in the closet and then that's it, because no one wants to deal with school right now. And out of nowhere, and I hear this backpack fall to the ground. And it sounded as if the backpack was on the top shelf and it fell. Like that was the kind of impact that I heard. So I waited until the next day. I woke up and it took me a while to remember what had happened. But as soon as I remembered, I went to the closet and I opened it, and the backpack was like on the floor like this. And so I picked it up and I moved it back up and I kind of like pushed it to see like the noise it would make, and it did not sound anything like what I heard that night. And I feel like whenever I go somewhere, it's as if it always happens whenever everyone's asleep and I'm the only one that's awake. And I feel like whenever I go somewhere, it's as if it always happens whenever everyone's asleep and I'm the only one that's awake. Another example will be recently I slept over at my friend. Oh wait, Cassandra, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. Please do not get scared when I say this, okay? I didn't want to tell you because I knew you were gonna get creeped out. I said I was gonna say my paranormal experiences, and your house is one of them, so I'm sorry. We were watching a movie on Netflix and she had fallen asleep. And as I'm scrolling through social media, I hear like the scratching and noise coming from her closet. She has 2 closets. It was in the first closet. And then the creepiest thing happened. I was trying to fall asleep. It was that same night with Cassandra again. I'm sorry, like you know, Mo, you're just going crazy. This is all in your head. So I lie back down. And I don't know why I did this, but I lied down, I stared at the ceiling, and I said, if there's anyone here, give me a sign. Why would I say that? And so I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited. I didn't get no sign. Like, you know what? Like, it's okay, that's in my head. And so I'm falling asleep, which I'm not really falling asleep. I'm kind of like trying to fall asleep. And her freaking teddy bear, that vlog that I have on my channel, that teddy bear, that one, okay, you guys see how big that teddy bear is, right? It fell off the stool. The stool's in the corner of the room, the teddy bear's in the corner of the room. How is it gonna fall like forward? And that scared the living poop out of me. I was like, nope. And so I covered myself with the blanket and I put my earphones on and I blasted music. That was like the longest time it took for me to fall asleep. I know I say that teddy bear is my boyfriend, but like, if you don't want it, don't give it to me. So yeah, that's the end of this video. If you made it this far, then congratulations. I know this wasn't really interesting. This wasn't really anything so spooky. And if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Mo. You guys can subscribe, turn post notifications on. I post every single Monday, except for last week. I know. I had a video for last week, but I ended up not liking the footage that I filmed, and so I deleted everything. It would have been a short video too. So, Mootchi out. Bye. Look at me in the flannel again all the time.